everyone, welcome to Pearl's Kitchen. Faith is evidence of things unseen. Amen. Today I'm going to show you how to make an Anglo Indian curry, and that's meat and lady's finger. Lady's finger is also known as okra, and in Hindi you call it bhindi. So you can make this curry with either beef or lamb. I'm making with lamb because that's my favorite meat. And the rest of the ingredients, in the pressure cooker I've got half a ladle spoon of oil. I'm only putting half because I've got lamb here, and that's half a kilo of lamb, and because I've got a shoulder cut and it's got quite a lot of fat in there, so that's why I've reduced the oil. If you're just making a curry with beef or lamb without fat, then make sure you put 1 ladle spoon of oil. And here I've got 2 large onions chopped, got 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste, 2 heaped teaspoons, and I've got half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, that's haldi. I've got 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri Mirch, that's chili powder with no hotness, just for color. Got 1 teaspoon of jeera powder, that's cumin powder. Got half a teaspoon of mustard powder, that's rye. And I've got 1 1/4 of red chili powder, you could put less. And I've got 2 teaspoons of dhania powder, that's coriander powder. And I've got 2 large tomatoes cut into pieces, and that's the bhindi, the okra. And I've got around 12. If you're making extra meat, make sure you double the quantity of the bhindi, of the lady's finger. And I've got 2 or 3 stalks of curry leaves, and we'll need salt, and we'll need some green coriander. I've got my green coriander in the freezer, so I'll take that out later. So let's make some meat and lady's finger curry. Okay, the very first thing, as soon as your oil gets hot, you put the curry leaves. And a few seconds later, you put all the onions. Now you just need to fry the onions till the onions get nice and brown. Okay, you can see my onions are nice and brown. So now we need to put the ginger garlic paste. Put a tiny bit of water. And now fry the ginger garlic paste for a couple of minutes. Okay, after the ginger and garlic, we put the tomatoes. Basically, we put everything now. That's the way I make my curry. And put all the masalas. And then you put the lamb, the meat or beef, whatever you're using. Meat's running away. And you can see, that's why I said put less oil, because my lamb's got nice and a lot of fat. Okay, now you put the salt to taste, say around 1 1/2 teaspoon. And now keep the gas on a medium, because all the meat will release its juices, and let all the masalas and the tomatoes fry in its own juices and the meat's juice. This should take at least 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, my tomatoes, the meat and the masalas has been frying for the last 15 minutes on a medium flame. I kept stirring it from time to time. I didn't put any water because the meat released its own juices, and it's been frying in its own juices. That's how it's looking now. It's not sticking anymore, and remember, the more you fry the meat with the masalas, the better the curry comes. So now we're going to start putting water for the gravy. So that's 1 steel glass, so that's around 1 1/2 mugs. I think I'll put a little bit more. So that's around two mugs of water, And now if you're going to make it in a pot, the people who don't have a pressure cooker, they can keep checking the meat till it's tender, and you'll know it's done. People who are making the pressure cooker like me, then you put the lid on, put the whistle, and as soon as the first whistle goes, you see the time and you just check for 12 minutes and you open the pressure cooker, and if the meat is still a little bit tough, then put it on for another 3 minutes, so 15 minutes in total. Okay, my meat is nice and tender, and I've just put the okra in, and make sure you top and tail the okra and check to see if it needs a little bit more water. And the people who are cooking it in the pot, keep cooking it till the okra is nice and tender. But I've got it in the pressure cooker, so I'm going to put the lid on now and put the whistle. And as soon as put the gas on, as soon as the first whistle goes, you just see a minute. As soon as a minute is over, you put the gas off, and then let the cooker, let all the steam come out and let it rest in there. Okay, our okra is done. That's how it should look like. See, it still has to remain whole. And now I've just taken out some coriander from the freezer, and you just sprinkle all the coriander in there. Keep some for garnishing for later, and just give it a gentle stir. And now let this rest for a minute before we serve it. Okay, that's how your okra and meat curry should look like before it goes onto the table. Just sprinkle it with a little bit more coriander. Not a lot, just a little bit. And there you go, that's your meat and okra Anglo Indian curry. It's really, really delicious. This goes very, very good with plain boiled rice, not with fried rice, just with plain boiled rice. So I hope you all like it. When you make it, don't forget to share your comments with me, and don't forget to share my link with your family and friends, and I shall see you next time with some more delicious cooking.